Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So we are just about to do laundry, and I thought why not share my laundry process routine and also talk about water now that laundry uses water. I was just pointing to today I'm a bit late. I usually start when the roof shadow is before the bathroom, or rather after the bathroom. Yeah. So today nimechelewa, but I'm not rushing to go anywhere. So let's get into it. As you know by now, I have severe, serious back issues. I have 4 children, and the first two, I gave birth to them via normal pregnancy delivery. Sorry, and the last two, I gave birth via CS. And the last one, Kabisa, I used an epidural. So I have very severe back issues. I've been having problems ever since, and they don't seem to be going away anytime soon. So this is my laundry setup. Yeah, those are my two brushes. One that I love, it is worn out, but I still use it. And the other one is very new, but I rarely use it. Yeah, the saying goes, the new broom sweeps well, but an old broom knows all the corners. So to deal with that problem, we bought ourselves a washing machine. We thought it best because back in Mombasa, we didn't have a house help, and it's a long story, but we didn't have a house help. We couldn't afford one, so getting a mama fua proved to be very, very expensive. They were charging me around 600 per session per day. And mind you, I have 3 kids. I'm not counting the eldest because he does his own laundry. So the younger ones, the three, plus me and hubby. So you can imagine this is laundry for every single day. So can I be paying 600 shillings every single day? That's like what, 18k roughly, 15k a month. So it was a bit ridiculous, and we decided to invest in a washing machine instead. So I know you're asking yourself, we were struggling, and how did we manage to buy a washing machine? Well, the institute that I was working for, by the way, it wasn't a bad place. It was a very nice place, despite its issues, but it had its own parks, and they were very cute, sweet parks. We used to get vouchers, Christmas vouchers, every end year, and it was around 30k. I know I've given that away. Someone somewhere will just guess where that was. But anyway, I don't mind. So for us, we thought instead of many people used to use the vouchers for shopping, buying, household, not household items, but foodstuffs. But for us, we were like, no, we let us buy something that is going to serve us, not something that you're going to just eat and then iishe. Because 30k is a lot of money, and you could actually buy stuff from that. Sorry about the background noise. My kids are busy playing somewhere. So yes, we decided to buy a washing machine, and that's how we could afford it. And it served us very well. It's not automatic; it's manual, but still, it served its purpose, and we were happy with it. So somewhere down along the line, it got spoiled. The spinning side of it got spoiled. So I had to use it just as is. I would wash and then manually rinse the clothes. It was a bit tiring, but the washing part is the hardest part. The rinsing, it's not really, consuming. So I was just okay with that. Now, coming off grid, this is where now I was happy that I was still going to be using it, but it turned out that no, I had to stop. The inverter that came with the solar system, the whole solar system, the package, it came with okay, the solar system came with the solar panel itself, the inverter, then there's the battery, then there was the controller and some bulbs and some wires. So with the inverter, it was 1,000 watts inverter. That one could handle the washing machine, though the speed wasn't that fast. But if you don't load it much, you don't put a lot of clothes and a lot of water, it could wash. So it could wash a couple of clothes for a certain number of minutes, and I was very much okay with it. Then that inverter ikachapa, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden it just evil, and that was the end of me using the washing machine to this date, because after that we bought another inverter. It was a 600 watts one, which couldn't really carry the washing machine. And yes, so that resulted to me going back to the orthodox way of washing, which is hand washing. And now I have to bend over. You can't sit all through. You will have to bend over at some point. So yeah, that is the downside of it all. So on days like this, I usually get very tired, and especially on this day I had a lot of laundry because I had stayed for 2 days without washing. And those who have kids understand. My kids, as you can hear them playing in the background, they play with mud, with sand, they climb trees, they're everywhere. So I don't like washing a few dirty clothes, where you spend so much time scrubbing the clothes and all that. I prefer washing a lot of clothes which are not that dirty. Okay, it's just my preference. I don't know if it makes any sense, but anyway, that's just me. So I had a lot of clothes to wash, and I know at the end of it all, my back will not be backing, and I need to give myself a rest before I do the next sorry, the next round of laundry. So round one was done, and as you could have seen from before, my son, my 16-year-old, does his own laundry. So he was not around. I had to unhang the clothes so that I can give myself space to put to air the ones that I had washed. So with laundry comes the subject of water. Right now, water is abundant because at least it's raining, and when it rains, the tank, you know, is full, and we don't really complain much. Now, the problem comes when there is no rain. Before, when we came here at first, I'm telling you, water was a problem because right now, currently, we fetch our water from the road, the main Maram road. There's a water vendor there. There's a shop that sells water. The shopkeeper has really invested in tanks. He has 2 tanks right now. So he gets the water from Kilifi County. It's county water, municipal council water. So before, when we came here at first, that water was not there. I don't know what had happened. I think there was a problem with the meter, so the water wasn't there. I'm telling you, we used to go fetch water from the Ziwa. Hey, it was hectic. Picture me, a city girl who has never like carried water like that. The last time I carried water like that, it was in primary school, boarding school. I went to St. Anne's Girls Mumias. Yes, Sister Caritas was my headmistress back then. And that place also had water issues. We used to go fetch water from I think a dam, man-made dam. That was the only time that I carried water on my head. So come here, I went back to that. Now the problem is it is a distance from the Boma, from the homestead. So you have to go downhill and then go fetch water. And it wasn't even the Ziwa as such. It was just a well. I think it was just a small tiny well from the river. It was hectic. I used to go fetch water. It was me. Everybody used to go to fetch water. Me, hubby, and all the children, excluding our last born. So even the girls, will give them like 5 liter jerry cans to carry. Hubby will carry 2 jerry cans on both sides. Hey, I will share. I think I have photos of that. I'm going to insert them somewhere. It was just, it was. I'm telling you, it was hard. Those are the times when sometimes I will sit and I'll be like, why the f did we come here? We left our comfort in Mombasa. We had tapped water straight to the house, the bathroom, the kitchen. Then here we are. Like, why? But that era passed. Yeah, it was very difficult. And water was a problem at that time. I don't know what was wrong with the county water. It wasn't available. Even for the other vendors who are a bit far from us, they were not getting the county water. I don't know what had happened. So it was hard. And at that time, we were still struggling financially because hubby had not even gotten a car. We were still depending on aid. We are here in our own shamba. At least you're not homeless. We are how do you put it? It's like we were like street people, homeless people, but in our own shamba. Yeah, something like that. So we had that issue with water, but later on, the I think they mended whatever problem it was, and now water is available. So apart from rainwater, we go to the road to buy water. Now, it's a distance. There are those, people, Mashambani people are very strong. They carry their water on their heads. But me and my back problems, I know I can't. That one, no. I tried, and I would really be in pain, like severely in pain. Paka hubby was like, no, now you can't continue doing this. Me and him and our son, our firstborn, together with the girls, maybe at least once, one trip or so, we will, fetch the water. But for you, don't do this. Of course, I wanted to help and all that, but no, it was starting to affect me now physically. So at least the water came back, and now we buy water from there. A jerry can goes for 5 shillings, and if you can carry, if there are those people who live next to the road, they live next to that vendor, the tanks. Those ones are, I'm telling you that they are well off. Now for us who are a bit far, it's either you carry the water on your head, or you carry it with a wheelbarrow, which we do not have, or you use a bicycle. We have a mountain bike, which we used, yes, but I don't know, it keeps on having issues. Mara puncture, mara suju tube. So it's on and off. The only reliable way is to use motorbikes. Now, people usually transport water on motorbikes, and one motorbike can carry at least 6 jerry cans, 6 20-liter jerry cans. And for that trip, for us, where we are located, it is 50 shillings a trip. So the motorbike guy comes, takes your mitungis, goes to the vendor, buys water. So those are 6 mitungis. That's 6 times 3. I mean 6 times 5. Sorry, that is 30 bob. Then you pay him 50 shillings for delivering the water to your home. So one trip is a total of 80 shillings. So 6 mitungis, in short, is 80 shillings. I don't know how much that is per mtungi. Let me do the math and then get back. So that's roughly 13 shillings per mtungi. This amount varies as to where your homestead is situated. There are those who are near. I think it's much more cheaper, but the lowest they can charge is 50. Then there are those who are far. Now, if there is no water at the nearest vendor to our homestead, there are those who are a bit far. There's a place called Kundeni. This area is called Mapotea. This is Karimboni, but this area is called Mapotea. Now, that vendor serves Mapotea area. Then there's another one at Karimboni shopping center. There's also another vendor, and there's which is an hour's an hour 10 minutes walk from our homestead. Now, if you get water from there, it is not 50 shillings; it becomes 100 shillings. Then there is another place called Kundeni. Kundeni is past Mapotea. You go all the way on your way to Marafa. I've never reached there, but yeah, that's roughly how you get there. There is also a water source there, the same vendor, the municipal council water. So if your water comes from there, there are those who charge 150 for the transport alone, and then there are those who charge 200 for the transport alone. So water, it varies as to where you stay. If you stay near the source, well and good. If you stay far, then it becomes a bit expensive. Now, for people who are used to having water at their doorstep, that budget, okay, we used to pay Mombasa Water back then. It was a monthly thing. It's not really that different. It's just the same thing. Same at two. This one is on a daily basis. So that is why we are really struggling to, we are praying and hoping to finish up the well so that we can sort this issue, because you want not to be paying the bills. But as for water, that is where we get our water, and that is how much we usually pay per 6 mutungis. Now, you know how my land, my area looks like. As you go downhill, there are places where there are boreholes. Many people have dug boreholes, not really boreholes, wells. Many people have wells, but they are next to the river. We have River Sabaki Galana, sorry, that passes downhill Lukochini. So people have constructed their wells there because they won't go in too deep. I think around 10 feet na umepata maji. So for us, the wells are very far, and a border to go get water for you. First of all, they don't usually go there. They tell you, you go fill your 6 mitungis and then call us now so that you can carry the water for you. So on those days when there is no water is a problem, those are the other options that you have. You have to cough more. So when it's the rainy season and when it rains, it becomes, yes, you see that? Yeah, I spotted one. I spotted one. I told myself I'm going to, one of these days, if I run out of water, I'm going to order boda, then I'm going to take a video of that. But I spotted someone transporting water. Now, that piki is from downhill. Uko chini, okay, between I think, okay, not really uko chini, but downhill. Maybe that person doesn't want to go fetch water from the river, and when it was very dry, you see, before the rains it was very dry, the water from the river, it resides, it starts receding. Yeah, it goes, it starts going. You see the way the ocean usually behaves during the day, and then in the evening the water comes back. Now it's the opposite. Here it's not during the day, then in the evening the water comes back. It goes because it is dry. So people usually buy water. So for that person, it is not 50 shillings anymore because they are a bit far away from the water from the road. So it's not the same. Maybe it's 100 or it's 70 shillings. Yes, water is gold. Water is gold, and yeah, you just need to know how to use it. And if you have um, tanks, it is good to have the tanks, many tanks, and just invest in rainwater harvesting. When it rains, at least you can get a lot of water. It can push you through for a longer time. When we came here, we were wondering why people are not doing chichas, and I had this vision of I'm going to, this is mashambani, so there's a lot of sweet potatoes, cassavas, mchicha, mkunde, tomatoes, all that. But coming here, we realize that people don't invest in that. People just panda maize. The people who do mchichas and all that, they're the ones who have shambas next to the river. But who could you? It is just maize because water is a problem. And that is why also with me, I cannot, grow them right now. When it is very dry, you cannot buy 6 mtungis for 80 shillings just to go and pour on your land to grow food. Yeah, it becomes a bit of a problem. So as I told you, we don't waste water. When water becomes that scarce or expensive, you learn how to use water wisely. This is not really me, but Karimboni made me do this. You know the way TikTok makes people do things or makes people buy things. Karimboni definitely made me start doing this. After washing clothes, the soapy water that remains, because water is very precious, I don't usually use clean water to put in the ugali sufuria. Yes, that's how precious water is. Hata ukimwaga waona kambe yani wapoteza maji, yani umemwaga dhahabu. So what I do, I take that water and put it in the sufuria so that it can remove the makoko and stuff and make it easy to wash. This, you will never find me thinking of such a thing or even doing this in the city. Oh, hell. Not me. Why? How? When? With what? I cannot do that. So, yeah, I had to improvise, and that is just, that's just how it is. So, I was done with laundry, and I usually leave this part to the girls. They love helping out, and I think it's a good way of them just learning to do chores, basic chores here and there. So I make them wash their Crocs, their slippers, together with their younger brothers' slippers. At least it gives me a rest, and I think it's good practice. So I had forgotten to give them the toothbrush. I have a toothbrush for washing the places where the big brush cannot reach. Yeah, so I had forgotten to give them that, and that was me taking it to them. Yes, so with that, laundry was done. We had completed, and it was just the girls to finish that, and then we go and have our lunch. So that is a bit about water. I will do a part 2 on that so that I can show you. I'll take you with me, show you the river, not really the river, but where we used to fetch our water, and then I'll show you where the vendor, the one that we fetch water from, is located. And yeah, you will just see. And this is the result of the girls washing. Not really a good job, but with their ages and their dedication, I usually tell them, big up, mama, you've done well, and you will do better next time. So that is it. I will share part 2 of our water issues. Look out for that. And yes, so thank you so much for sticking to the end. We have completed our laundry. I just realized that the sky was so clear, it was so beautiful, the sun was out, it was shining, it was just a cute day. Wish I had a swimming pool. It could be the best day, but it's okay. So see you then.